How much would you spend for a Universes Beyond collector box of Spider-Man? Because in today's video, that's exactly what we're talking about with these pre-orders and what players need to expect before they go spending all that money. Just how big is Spider-Man Universes Beyond going to be? Well, I can tell you now before we even start the video that I was really wrong about what I talked about last week with not really enjoying the feel of this set so far, because I'm in the minority in this case. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thank you again for hanging out with me today for another video. And yes, we are talking about Spider-Man Universes Beyond. Now, with this upcoming set, and of course Edge of Eternities coming right now this week, well, everyone is going to turn their attention to Spider-Man. They're going to be starting to pay a lot more attention. Players out there know that they have to look toward the pre-order window and say, do I actually want to buy any of this now? Or is something really crazy good going to appear in this set from spoiler season that drives the prices through the roof and I miss that window of opportunity, even as high of a price as it already is? This is where players find themselves searching for answers, trying to find out what they need to know as best they can before they might possibly miss that window. Well, let me show you what's happening in the market. Let me share with you what players are deciding to do. Now, the first one we're looking at here is going to be play booster boxes. Now, again, here you're seeing them completely sold out, and they are already at several stores completely sold out. But I want to give you a bit of a backdrop on this one to understand. Stores themselves are not selling everything they possibly could at the pre-order window. They've realized they keep running out on the actual pre-release weekend and they want to hold a little bit back. So I'm expecting stores to hold on a little bit more. I've heard from several stores that yes, things are up and going, but they want to keep 10, 15 boxes back for the pre-release weekend and afterwards, so you can actually open boxes at the store when the release weekend comes around. They are refusing to completely sell out. Even if the fans want it, they're saying we got to hold down a little bit. Now, that bearing in mind that if you didn't pre-order and you don't pre-order, the store is not ordering extra on their dime, hoping it's going to sell. They're not doing it. Now, for our next one here, let's take a look at the collector boxes, because we all know those things are like $1,000 plus in Canada, and they're really high in the States as well. And guess what? They are selling. I made comments last week that not a single one had moved. Things changed after cards like Spider-Punk started to appear. Okay, not just the Peter Porker card, but some of the variant artwork and stuff, the Amazing Spider-Man, the new Miles Morales card. These things have people thinking, and they have spiders in the forefront, and now you got all kinds of players out there diving in and spending money to get these boxes. Now, when we take a look at things like TCG Player, and you see the sales here at $748.54, you can see all the things selling. This is day after day now, these things are selling. But when you look at that price point, I want you to remember something. In Canada, that would put this box over $1,100 plus. So in Canada, technically right now, we're still at a bit of a deal. It's still a little bit discounted for us to afford compared to what you're paying in the States, which is just unfathomable to me at this moment. But that doesn't mean anything at the moment. If you have orders canceled or if things go wrong, players are really paying attention, and a lot of them I know are ordering through a reputable LGS that they trust or online retailers that they know are not going to back out of a deal. We all know that a whole bunch of canceled orders came up for Edge of Eternities, and nobody wants that to happen to them. And of course, with Edge of Eternity boxes kind of filtering upward above the $500 Canadian per box, you have a lot of people thinking that maybe Spider-Man's going to go triple that. Now, if we go and we look though, let's remember that just because I'm showing you guys some sold out listings, there's lots of stores out there. There's lots of places you can look to get the cards, and they're still available. Here's another one for $9.99, and you can see right here they still have 19 units still in stock. They're not the only ones. There are other stores. The same goes when we're taking a look at the Play Booster Box. If you're looking for these, you will still find them. I don't expect them just to sell out, but what I think may happen is an elevation of the price point if some cool cards are found. Let's not forget what's being found inside the collector boxes versus what's being found in a play booster box. And of course, Arena is going to have some generic version that's not even Spider-Man with different artwork and stuff. I think it'd be cool if they printed those out as some special edition for us, but who knows where that will go. I want you guys to take a look at this and understand where the market is really headed. Now this here is from a US retailer, and as you can see, it's already sold out, and they did have numerous boxes up. So if you're hoping to get it below $7.49 US, that's not likely going to happen anytime soon. And as more spoilers hit, well, chances are, if any of them are even half decent, then this set is going to go off like a rocket. As we can see, the sales are pointing in a certain direction. So there you have a whole bunch of sales, a whole bunch of product already on pre-order, and stores already raking in cash for all these advanced pre-orders on a product which we don't have all the information about yet. We don't know all the spoilers. We don't know the whole card set makeup of everything inside the set. And now you're left to wonder. You're on the fence. Should I be buying a box? Should I not? Is the collector box going to be worth more or less? Are the cards going to be more valuable and justifiable in their price for me as a consumer? Is Spider-Man a set that I have to have? Is this one I can't pass up and I want to have that memorable moment? That nostalgic feeling 10 years from now, sitting at a card table and discussing past sets with friends and saying, were you there? Did you open this? I opened up this one. Do you remember opening Tark here? I did that too. How about Bloomburrow? What did you do with Final Fantasy? These conversations come up at every table when you're playing a game. They are general nice camaraderie of conversation. But for the players who bought those expensive products and opened them at the time, and I remember being that kid opening a box of Mirage by myself, not splitting it with people, and everyone thought I was just rich, when really I was just cashing in my McDonald's paychecks just to pay for Magic. Well, at that time, you can see how it carries forward to even the present day, where you look at a box and say, is this worthy of the cash I'm about to spend? And a lot of times it's not. It's a gamble. But you might make it big. The market is saying it's going to be big. The sales, the pre-orders are all pointing toward this is going to be bigger than people realize. And all the poo-pooing we see on the internet, all the downgrading from people, including myself, I gave it some nays. I'm not impressed with the overall layout right now, but I have seen some other cards now that have started to spike my interest. Spider-Punk, the Miles Morales, some of the other cards appearing now, I'm kind of thinking, these aren't that bad. How can I work that in? And of course, Spiders as a theme has a growing popular trend right now as players start buying everything Spider related to build new commander decks, to try new things in Standard. How can I make these counters work with the Final Fantasy counter deck? How can I make these... Those are the play-ons that everyone's working out. And it all leads back to, which do I need to get? Do I need to get a bundle pack? How about that big art frame of all the Spider-Mans? Maybe I got to jump in. I just want to play with my kids, and we're all going to play with the welcome decks, right? You don't know where it's going to go. But at the same time, there'll be big whales out there who say, I'm going to open 24 collector boxes. I'm going to open 6 collector boxes. I'm going to open 2 collector box packs. No matter where you fall in the range, you're somewhere out there. Even if you hate the set, you might say, I'm just going to get some singles if I need them. But that's still part of the ecosystem that is Magic the Gathering and is the hype train that is Spider-Man. These sales tell me that we're approaching the next level. There is a chance if Spider-Man has some crazy cards inside that this is going to go a lot bigger than people realize. The prices are going to go a lot higher. And now players on the fence will have to decide, do I want to get in at the lowest level I can, or am I going to buy it somewhere on the way up and hope that I'm okay with that down the road? Either way, it's a crazy time in this game, man, to see that this kind of set is going to come around sooner now rather than later. And either people are going to find this thing awesome with the spoiler season, and everyone's right and the cards are going through the roof, and people who bought early are actually saving a lot of money, or we're going to see the singles market go hot from the players who opened it. Either way, this ends hot for them. They really can't go wrong. I just hope Wizards of the Coast has printed enough collector boxes that we don't have a sudden spike up and jump up in price in the near future. I hope it can go past the release date. You guys let me know what you think, though. Drop some comments in the comment section. How you feeling about Spider-Man now that we've seen more of the spoilers? And would you pay that amount for either the collector box, the bundle, any of the cards, or are you sticking to singles? Let us know, guys. Share it with us, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Well, 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 we find ourselves all here together again at the end of the video. I want to shout out and say thank you to all the patrons, the YouTube membership members, and the regular viewers of the channel who give the video a thumb up each and every day, and even those people who give me a thumbs down. It's still a great interaction to see that you watched the video, you didn't like it, and you felt the need to give the thumbs down. I can respect that. I can respect that. But don't worry, I'll still be back tomorrow with another video. Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. Ramble in the Jamble! Guys, Spider-Man is going to go big. The sales are too high. They started on like Thursday, and they just kept climbing. And I started looking around, asking around, saying, how are you guys doing it? Now, it's mainly focused on the play booth. Actually, you know what? No, it's a lie, because it's everything. Those sales... I don't edit this stuff, but I want to say that it's focused on the collector boxes, but the collector boxes is causing this trickle-down effect into other stuff related to it, which is the play booster box, the bundle packs, right? And there's just fans of Spider-Man out there who are going to buy this stuff. It's crazy. So now I'm looking at it in a whole new way and just saying, you know what? My personal bias doesn't matter. If it's going to sell, it's going to sell. So the question I have to ask is, do I want to be on the inside or the outside of those sales? Kind of crazy, right? Anyway. Spider-Man. Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Guys, we'll talk about this. We'll see you soon.